Welcome to Threes and TDs. Today we are reacting to the Cleveland Browns versus the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers go down and lose to the Cleveland Browns 30-10, and we're going to provide some analysis. So just some of instant reactions from the game, what we thought from a Panthers perspective. It's preseason. It's a little different this year. Dave Canales, if you remember last year, Dave Canales said, I'm not going to do the starter. I'm not going to start the starters. I'm not even going to play them. They thought that they were going to take the Rams approach, and apparently that's not the approach we're going to take this year. So in the presser earlier in the week, Dave Canales said, hey, I want to play the starters a couple times and for a few series. And look, Bryce, in that first series, Bryce looked a little rough. Like, Bryce did not look great, but in the second series, I really thought he had like the flow of the game. He was playing better. There was a really, really good throw to Tedero McMillan. It looked like it was a go ball, like 20 yards, and he came down with it. And really, those are the kinds of plays, if you're Panthers fans, those are the kinds of plays that we want Tedero McMillan to make. And he made a couple of them. He did try to find him in the end zone later in the game, and I saw the replay actually on X, and the anticipation that Bryce throws with, he does not get enough credit for how quickly the ball comes out of his hand. So the ball was coming out of his hand, and during the replay, Tedero hasn't even turned around to see where the ball is. So that's how fast the ball is coming for, that's how fast the anticipation is going. But there was also another play in that touchdown to Coker where pressure was coming, and you saw a lot of this in the back half of the season where pressure is coming and he kind of turns and throws the ball. He kind of led Coker to go to the center part of the end zone and got him. So I thought Bryce played really well. I thought it was really good for him to get there. Look, there's a real argument to be made that Jalen Coker is our number 2 wide receiver because he has been playing phenomenal. I like Xavier Legette. I think Xavier is phenomenal, but the injuries, that was another thing that happened. Xavier and one of the cornerbacks for the Browns got into an altercation, and they ended up he got disqualified from the game. Xavier then, tweeted out, "Hey, I'm sorry, Panthers family." But we're getting to a point that if Jalen Coker continues to make these plays, he's gonna find himself in 3 wide receiver sets. That's how good he is. Nick Scorton, second round pick, I thought had a really good showing. He never sacked Sanders, but he played very, very well. I thought that he had a really good game with pressures, tackles for loss. So I thought Nick Scorton had a fantastic game. What else? Corey Thornton. I see you. Corey Thornton, the undrafted cornerback from Louisville, is making a name for himself. He's made a name for himself in camp. Joe Person has been talking about Corey Thornton. The Charlotte Observer, Mike from the Charlotte Observer has been talking about Corey Thornton. If he continues to play, he is going to find himself as the cornerback 2 or the cornerback 3. He is playing that well. A lot of the chatter online is this is it all over again. We lose the first preseason game. I think if there's something that I know about Canales, it's this: he is strategic as hell. And I think that what they were trying to do is they were trying to show some things in the first 2 series, but they played very vanilla football because they didn't want to show the team too much. Now, you could say, well, I want a better preseason showing. I get it. For me, what I care the most about is what happened in those first 2 to 3 series of the game. And if you look at the first 2 to 3 series of that game, I thought Bryce played very well. The wide receivers played very well. There was some inside pressure on that offensive line. I thought, and I tweeted about this too, I thought that the Browns D-line played better. But we know what the headlines are going to be. The headlines are going to be, Shedeur Sanders should have never fallen to the 5th round. And to be quite honest, he shouldn't have fallen to the 5th round. But if you follow the draft process, Shedeur did this to himself to a certain degree. I mean, there's reports coming out of multiple teams, and it's not just insiders saying this, multiple teams saying that he came in with a cocky attitude. It was a very kind of like Will Levis-like thing where it was very much like, I'm here, I'm the bomb, draft me, and if you have questions about it, then you're done, right? And so Shedeur is not the victim. And the Shedeur had a role to play. But who knows? He might get an opportunity with the Browns. The other thing, too, is special teams. The special teams are going to have to figure out how to play because there were 2 muff punts. Jimmy Horn finally got in there, and I thought he had some of the best punt returns. But special teams is going to have to figure itself out. I'll probably do another video this weekend with more in-depth analysis, but those are my quick thoughts, instant reactions. First preseason game, I wouldn't put too much stock into it. I thought Bryce, Tedro McMillan looked really good, and we'll talk more about the defense in the next one. Okay, take care.